What's going on, guys? Bubba here for a new video, and today I'm be doing a video on my house. A lot of y'all have been asking, what's the condition of my house since, it's a year after Harvey. Harvey was a huge event that changed so many people's lives, and my house, as many of y'all know, got like 10 feet of water, and it's been a little bit of a slow rebuild process, but we are really making strides now. So I figured I'd let y'all see everything and really just see how the rebuild's going, because so many people have been asking me, how's your house doing, stuff like that. I can't really believe, all the support that I've gotten, post Harvey, of people, wanting updates on the house, how's everything doing, and it's really cool. And since it's the anniversary of Harvey, I figured I would make this video. Now, I remember in my video last year, as I was walking up to my house, the floodwaters were still out just to about right here. We literally came into my house maybe 4 or 5 hours after the waters finally receded out, because it took like 3 or 4 days for the floodwaters, because we got 10 feet of water in our house. We had to wait like 3 or 4 days for that to finally drain out. The constables, they talked to me, they said they think there was about 10 feet of water when they drove by here. So we'll see here in about a second. Well, guys, here's the floodwater right here. It's not in my house. It was, but it's not anymore, so let's walk in and see. And that water's got to be some of the nastiest water you can imagine, because it has, fertilizer from the ground, and I live on a golf course, so they use a ton of fertilizer and chemicals on the golf course. Human wastewater, dirt, mud, all this, nasty stuff in the water. This water is not clean water. And as we were coming into my house, we actually found a few little fish in my house. And I know this was stupid, but while the house was flooding, me and a family friend, we tried to wade through the water a little bit, because all these roads and everything were already flooded. We couldn't get to the house or anywhere to even see the house, so we tried to wade through the water about waist level just to see if we can see how bad the water's in the house. And we got to about our chest level right here, and we couldn't go anymore because it was another 10 feet. Actually, I believe the deepest part of the golf course was like 17 feet. But on our ride back to the hotel, my skin started itching a little bit, and I asked my buddy, hey, are you feeling a little bit weird? And he was like, yeah, I feel that same thing. So they were all kind of chemicals, and actually right after we left, we actually saw a little alligator swimming through the water. So it was crazy flood water here. Now, coming back here to the backyard, you can see things have clearly changed. I know that when I showed y'all back here, there was just, the flood waters were still right there. We had this playground set that was all washed up over here. Here is my backyard. It's swampy back here. This is my door, and this is everything. The playground's gone, all the wood's gone. But this area back here definitely looking much better than it did during the flood. Walking into my house right here, you can see my kitchen's actually completely done. A huge difference from that first day we came in here. I remember my refrigerator, which this right here is a new refrigerator, my old one was up here on top of my countertops. It got picked up, I guess, because it's buoyant, so it was just floating in here. But yeah, it's hard to believe this entire area was full of water. You can see that we had to replace some of the drywall that was up there. Actually, my entire house is done with the drywall. We're just starting to, mud everything in between the joints. We've had to buy new appliances. We put a little temporary sink in right here just to give us an area just so that we can clean our dishes. A little dishwasher right here. And since we don't have countertops yet, we have this little thing up here, hold it down. And speaking of countertops, we actually finally got our cabinets in this week, about 3 days ago. We ordered all of them, had to do all kind of measurements, send them to this company, and they just sent these boxes out to us this week. So we are going to be putting these in in the upcoming weeks. And it's WWE SmackDown here every night with these two. They aren't biting too hard. But this right here is my living room. As you can see, the water got up pretty high. I think the measurement was actually like 9.5 feet. And it's kind of weird because this area right over here, it was sucked up, what is that? Probably 6-7 feet right there. So we had to go ahead and cut that awkward shape out. Actually getting drywall up there, we had to get some scaffolding and put it up there. And while this flood was bad, and it really did affect my life in, in a negative way, because I lost so many possessions and everything, some good has come from it. I've learned how to lay drywall, I've learned the inner workings of houses, and my mom, she's actually been installing these recessed lightings. We have to cut a little bit around the drywall. I'm gonna patch that up in a little bit, but she's been installing these. It really opens up the area as far as, not any lights hanging down. We're putting those everywhere, and we're making the house look a lot better than it was when we first got here. Now, yeah, it ruined our house house, and I really wish that the floodwater didn't touch the ceiling. That's what's making this entire process so long, is us having to replace the ceilings in all of the rooms. If the floodwater hadn't have touched the ceilings and didn't bring the insulation and everything down, I am almost positive that we would already be done with this entire process, because having to put the drywall up on the ceiling, that is one of the hardest things, because if I'm by myself, I have to use really small pieces, because drywall, it carries some weight behind it. And I have had a few people help out in huge ways, like my sister's boyfriend Kyle. He came down, he showed me how to lay the drywall and everything. Big shout out to him. My other sister's boyfriend Jonathan, him coming, helping put up the drywall, helping really just do all the manual labor that comes with rebuilding a house. And walking over here to my room, you can see big difference from that flood day. One thing I always think back on is how me walking into this room, how I videotaped it, and my Make America Great Again hat was sitting right here on my dresser or something. That's so funny. My Make America Great Again hat, sitting right there on top. Well, there were some people that saw that and they made the nastiest comments, stuff from like, how they felt sorry for me until they saw that hat, and how they were happy that my house flooded, screw me. There had to have been at least 20, 30 of those comments. I just went ahead and deleted most of them, but it's insane. It's really unfortunate that some people would have that kind of hate in their heart, to be happy that something like that happened. That I've lost, countless memories, countless possessions, and really having to restart. The blind ignorance for our president's insane, and I really wish that people thought before they said stupid things like that. And this right here is actually something I have hanging up on my wall. I found it outside my yard probably about 3 months ago. But this right here is the spare key for my Mustang, and it's crazy because I just now found this, like 2 or 3 months ago outside my backyard, and it was kind of crazy because this thing still works. And obviously I do have a long way to go, but this house has come so far from that first day, us having to come in here, take all the drywall out, actually that first, week or 2 weeks that we were really taking stuff out of the house. Then in the months after, we had to spray our house down with bleach, all of the pillars, dehumidify our house, have all these like 40 or 50 fans in here trying to dry everything out. Then it's just this entire process has been insane, very time consuming, but I'm just so glad to see, my house just have actual walls everywhere. And this little whiner over here, what are you doing? But in this little area right here, where this little doorway is, I actually remember I was filming, I was trying to get in here, I tried to open up the door and it just completely fell off its hinges because that wood was just so soaked with water, and it's been soaked for days. So the frame just came off its hinge. We decided to just go ahead and turn this into a little pantry. A lot more storage for food and easy access to the kitchen. Piano, all this down here. This is insane. I remember looking over here the day of the flood and seeing everything covered in that mud, that dirt, everything just ruined, and thinking, that, we have a long way to go, which even now, yes, a year later, we have a long way to go, but we've come so far. And like I already said, I'm so thankful for everyone that's, reached out, tried to help us, who's directly helped us, because, there's just countless people that have assisted my family in, rebuilding our house. But it is nighttime now, and actually everybody else, they're outside all around those tiki torches, so I'm about to go out there, sit with them. But I just wanted to give you all an update on my house, because I get asked all the time, hey, what's the status on your house? Can you make another update video? And I know it's been 6 months since my last update video, so here's my next update video. But guys, I really do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it and please subscribe. And as always, have a great day.